Hello and welcome. My name is Steve, and this is the second video in a series that I'm going to be doing on cryptocurrency. Video number one was all about the basics. What is Bitcoin? What can you do with it? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Please check the link in the description if you missed that video. If you're diving straight into this video, this is going to be more of a how do you acquire Bitcoin? How do you get you some Bitcoin? And the good news is that it's easy. And I'm going to discuss two different ways to get Bitcoin. Methodology number one is if you want to just grab some Bitcoin to use as a currency, or if you want to grab some Bitcoin to use as an investment, you can just basically use a credit card. It's that easy now. I don't think it was that easy a year ago. All right, so let's get started with the easiest way that you can get you some Bitcoin. And that is Coinbase.com. Coinbase accepts credit cards and therefore makes it extremely simple to get you some Bitcoin. Okay, so it's hard for me to replicate exactly what you're going to see because I already have an account with Coinbase, but I'm assuming it's going to walk you through the process, asking for some basic information, everything like that. This is the dashboard right here. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to Settings, and then you're going to want to go to Linked Accounts. And as you can see, you can link a credit card here. So it's pretty much as simple as just that. If you've been putting off getting into Bitcoin because you thought it would be difficult, Coinbase has really made it easy. And then, of course, if you want to buy, you just go to the Buy Sell button. Which asset you want to buy? They currently have 4 assets. I've got Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And you can see what each of these is trading for. And essentially, you just come down here and you enter an amount. And as you can see here, I can buy Litecoin instantly. What if I wanted to buy $100 worth of Bitcoin? You can see that you could buy fractions of Bitcoin. I'm going to get basically, that is 10 hundred thousandths, 657 1,000ths of a Bitcoin. And as you can see here, tells me what I'm buying, tells me what the fee is. There's the $100, and it's super simple. So once you make the buy, it's going to put it in something called a wallet. You can go to accounts, and here's my Bitcoin wallet right here. So if I want to send money, all I do is click send, and it'll ask me for a Bitcoin address, and then it'll withdraw it from my Bitcoin. I'll tell it how much, can write a message, and then hit continue. That's the way I can pay for goods and services. And if I want somebody to send me some money, I just click on receive. Tells you to make sure don't send ETH to this address, just send Bitcoins. And I go like that, and here is my unique identifier for my Bitcoin account. Now remember, each wallet is going to have a different unique identifier, so you got to keep that in mind. So there it is. It's easy as pie. Now I want to discuss how to get Bitcoin anonymously. Okay, so with that out of the way, I want to share with you how to get Bitcoin completely anonymously or without the use of a credit card. And just in case you're wondering, there are many legitimate reasons to want to use Bitcoin. It's not all about the dark web. Say, for example, you wanted to use a VPN. Well, here's a VPN, and look at all the different coin payments they take. So looks like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and a whole bunch of other ones. So the way you get Bitcoin is you go to a Bitcoin exchange. This is just an example of one here. This one's called Paxful. And essentially what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go over to your local drugstore or Walmart or whatever and get a gift card. And I'm telling you, they take more than 300 ways to pay for Bitcoins. And there's, just about every imaginable gift card you can think of. I've even found a movie card that they take. But essentially you just kind of check what you want. Let's say we've got an Amazon gift card that we wanted for Christmas. Say it's worth $100. That's going to tell us how much Bitcoin we're going to get, and we're going to click buy Bitcoin now. Now it's going to take us to the exchange and take a look at what we've got here. These are the guys that have the Bitcoins. This is the number of transactions that they've had, and these are their requirements. Okay. Now, I want you to pay close attention to this number right here, 0.71. This means you're going to get 71 cents on the dollar when you exchange. So for your $100 gift card, you're going to get $71 here. Okay, so a big, steep fee for the Bitcoin exchange. I will also tell you that with my one experience that I've had actually with the exchange, some of these guys are not as cordial as you think they could be. If you don't have your act together, they get very frustrated with you very, very fast. And I shouldn't say they, I should say the one that I dealt with. But essentially, you got to read the directions. Minimum $100. It's telling you what the deal is here. And look at this. I mean, all caps, bold. These guys are so used to noobs. If you take a second, put yourself in their shoes. Here's a guy who's done, I don't know, probably something like 1,400 transactions, and he's probably just tired of noobs asking stupid questions. But my recommendation is, if you want to do transaction with one of these guys and not piss them off, read their terms very, very, very closely. It says write my username in the receipt. All sorts of very, very specific requirements here. And you have to take a picture of it and you have to send it to them. And essentially what you do is you put in 100 here. And then you hit buy now. I'm not going to hit buy now because I'm logged in. But that's essentially the way it is. And you click buy now, and then you have to sit and wait for them. And hopefully they're not too rude. But just understand, this is the wild, wild west. So that is essentially how you can take cash, go to the drugstore, get a gift certificate, and exchange your gift certificate, of course, for a fee to get you some Bitcoins. So essentially what's going to happen here is you're going to have a Paxful wallet. So here's my Paxful wallet. And what I can do is I can click on Send Bitcoin. And essentially I can send Bitcoin to my Coinbase account. So if I go into Coinbase, and I go to my account, I can receive money right here by clicking receive, and I'll hit show address, and here's my address. And essentially what I'll do is I'll copy and paste this here. I'll go back over to Paxful. So essentially I just kind of go ahead and say send Bitcoin, fill in the information. Here's the address of my my Coinbase wallet, and that's essentially how I can start a Coinbase wallet with no money at all. Now, one more thing to keep in mind is being anonymous is there's a lot of hoops to jump through in terms of being anonymous. Whatever your reasoning behind wanting to be anonymous, if you're going to get a Paxful account, they're going to require you to tie it into a phone number. So really, the bottom line is you're probably going to want to pay cash for a burner phone too. So there's some hoops that you have to jump through to be completely anonymous, depending on what your motives are. I'm not condoning any kind of bad behavior here. I'm just saying that there are many different ways to get Bitcoin. Well, I'm Steve, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up with Bitcoin for now. We're going to stick with Coinbase. We're going to look at some of the other cryptos that are available at Coinbase, particularly Ethereum, and we're also going to take a look at Litecoin and a super quick overview of Bitcoin Cash. So please check me out in the next video where we talk more about Coinbase stuff. And then video 4 in that series will be about Ripple. And then who knows where we'll go from there. I actually do, but stick around, subscribe. Hope to see you in the next video. Later.